Today I want to talk about something that I don't know, I think would benefit us. Days go by, you just learn different things. And I'm going to draw my inspiration from the story of Job. So for those who don't know the story, and for those who do, please bear with me as I rush through it. So Job is a very righteous man, has a very wealthy man, was the wealthiest man at that time in his area, has a large family, and his family was this chop life gang family. And so the nature of God at that time was, you sin, you get punished, you pay with blood, you cut rams and all that, you pay with blood. And so that was what Job spent most of his time doing, trying to appease God, to make sure that in case the family sinned while they were chopping life, he had paid, he had paid for the same. So he had a fantastic relationship with God. This day, Satan with angels are reporting, for duty when God draws Satan's attention to Job. Have you seen my good and faithful servant? Job said, and Satan said, why are you showing me? You put a hedge around him and remove it and see if he will not curse you. And God said, fine, remove it, don't touch his life. Do whatever you want to do with him, only don't touch his life. And you will see that he will be faithful. Satan goes, destroys everything, kills everything. Job is left destitute, including having sores on his body. Yet, the Bible says he did not sin against God. However, his wife told him, why don't you curse God and die? And his most famous response to her is, shall we receive good from him and not evil? Fast forward, his friends come. That's what happens when you are in a bad situation. Your friends, your family are supposed to be around you to help you through that situation. These friends stayed and blamed Job for everything, gave him advice that, they felt they were saying, the right thing and all. But Job remained steadfast. He remained steadfast. I'm not going to say anything to God. God has not put me in this predicament. It is what it is. Basically, for Job, it was what it is. He would still, give obeisance to God. After God had heard enough of what the chattering that the friends were up to, had been doing, said to Job, I'm going to deal with your friends. However, if you don't want them to be dealt with, sacrifice on their behalf for the nonsense they've been speaking to you, and I will restore everything times, I think 7 or 10-fold. And that was what happened. So Job had to now go and appease God on behalf of his friends. And you know why? Because they spoke too much. They said nonsense. It was not their place to talk and to use chapters upon chapters in the Bible to talk nonsense. This was a thing that God was involved in. Their own was what we don't do. When people are in trouble, our first reaction is to go and on 4 platforms. 1, I'm older than you, so I can tell you whatever it is. 2, the tradition, I can tell you what tradition says, you must follow it. 3, you are hurting, I must give you advice. And 4, I know better than you. However, from that story, what they should have done was to have been quiet and listen. And listen to Job, because Job too spoke quite a bit, and to understand. If they had listened to him, they had heard him, they had heard his heart, they had listened to his pain, they might have been able to draw a cue from what he was saying in order to guide their conversation. The point is here is learn to keep quiet. It's not every time that somebody has a problem that it's time for you to go and shove things down their throat. No, 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 no. You must learn to listen. Why the person is probably in that predicament, they probably know it better than you. They have the context. It's not for us to come and posture as many gods of all these categories that I gave you. And if they had kept quiet, Job's friends would not have gotten into trouble. Let's learn to keep quiet. Let's learn to mind our business. Let's learn to listen. If you are meant to give a word in due season, you will be told what to say. The situation itself will give you the right words to say. We really need to learn it, because we tend to offend. And instead of you to come and help the person, you actually leave the person more offended, because you feel that the person did not respond to your advice or your prognosing in the way you wanted to. Who asked you? Who asked you? Aha. So I hope this lesson, I hope it's a lesson to learn. It struck me this week that's probably why we have a lot of tension and all that. You go where they didn't send you, you go and talk shit where they didn't ask you to talk. Then when you talk and the person responds or reacts or you are punished for it, you say the person was bad. Okay. internet too has been an issue. I don't understand why in my country I can't just go through one day with good internet. Everywhere you go, it is an internet issue. And this thing is supposed to be as basic as sand. IG, YouTube, Diary of a Stupid Woman. See you on the next post. Thank you.